Hey everybody, Soybean Farmer here, December 29th. Well, last episode of the Adventures of Soybean Farmer was getting this alternator off this truck, and it worked out really well. I carried it over to Johnny's in Garner. I was able to drop it off there and get to work on time, so that was a real plus. And they told me Wednesday morning that they could have this thing ready on Friday, but I didn't really see in my mind at the time how I was going to be able to get by there and pick it up. And then it all just worked out. I got by there Friday morning yesterday and picked it up and was actually able to get to work on time. I think God was driving or something, but it worked out. And I took enough time at Johnny's. They wanted to show me the alternator on the bench test, and I found out something about this alternator that I didn't know. I thought this thing was a 35 amp alternator. It turns out this thing's a 100 amp output alternator, so I can put lights all over this truck if I wanted to. I got more power source here than I knew I had. But what they did was, you can see the shiny new part here. That's your voltage regulator. And they put, that was the problem. This had gone bad. The brushes were about 50% eaten up. They showed me the brushes they took out of it, and the bearings were dry. They were making noises. So we got new voltage regulator, new bearings, and new brushes, and just general cleanup on it and put back together. And I saw it on the bench test. It looked good to me. So I'm going to climb over in here and put this thing back in here. And I'm really hoping I can do most of it from up top. It is really wet here. We got 1.5 inches of rain here at the little farm yesterday. So if I have to, I'll go get my tarp and put down in this mud to crawl down there. But I want to get this back on this morning and crank the truck, see my amp meter do something normal up there, and then move on to another project. I want to go check and see how the water flow is on a tile. I always called it a drain pipe, but since I've been watching the large farming channels that are up north, they call them a drain tile. So I want to go make sure that thing's not clogged up with sticks and leaves and stuff, and make sure the water's flowing good out of that, because it's still super wet here on the little farm. Everybody, thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for subscribing. It's been a fun year, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Alright, let's play with a little pile of tools and put this thing back in here. We'll be back in a little bit. Okay. A very cold motor, could knock off. It's actually idling at about 700. Should be at about 800. I'm rushing it. I want to see it. I want to see it now. But the charge meter is acting right. That's the way it should be acting. It's not jumping all around. It's just a good, stable, sitting in one spot. That's fixed alternator. Quiet now. Those bearings were in bad shape. After that lady got them out and I had them in my hands, I could see why I had all the play in the shaft. But that's the way a good alternator is supposed to sound. Quiet. That sounds good. I like it. Everybody, thanks for watching.